Welcome to another episode of EJH British Cars, and today we're going to work on the Stag. So I'm going to replace the lower control arm bushings. Those are these ones. So you can see they're worn off center. So I've got it picked up, got the wheel off obviously. All we need to do is we need to pull this bolt, we need to pull this bolt, and we're going to need to undo the ball joint. So I think we'll probably get these bolts out first and then do the ball joint. So this first one's just a through bolt, 3/4 inch either side. Well, that's easy enough. I'm just going to be lazy and let this thing spin itself out. There we go. That's that. And we need to get this track rod off. Of course, it's a different size. As if you're just doing poly bushings, you could probably just drop that out and spring them, change them out. But I'm going to put original type back in. Just a little something to push that bolt through. And so that just ran into the one of the bolt holes the caliper's on. So let's get this ball joint apart. And you can see why that's no good anymore. Like I say, if you were going to put poly bushings in here, that's as far as you need go, but I want to put original type, so we're going to need to use the press to put that in. So I think I want to go unlock the steering so I can turn this brake hub. Alright, need to get the nut off. Just need to chuck that loose. A little prying might help. Alright, well, that is loose. Guess this means that it's prying time again. Finish pushing this radius arm through. So I'm just being lazy here and compressing the strut a little bit. That bolt really does not want to come out of there. There we go. Well, there it is. And it looks like our ball joint rubber disintegrated somewhere along the line. So we'll need to replace that. This is not the first time I've seen this on modern ball joints. So I've actually bought quite a few replacement boots. So anyhow, we need to push the new bushing into that. So let's go do that. So what I like to do is put a little silicone grease on here. I don't like to use normal grease because I'm afraid that the regular grease is petroleum based, and I'm afraid it might eventually eat up at the rubber. So this is silicone grease, which I bought at Napa Auto Parts. Part number 765351, I think. There's some goop on it. So it doesn't take too much. Just smear it a bit around. So you can see, I'm going to push it in that way. This side of the hole looks slightly better tapered than the other, so we're going to go that way. It doesn't suppose it makes too much difference. Alright. Let's get you guys in a bit closer so you can see. Okay. Doesn't have to be super well centered, but it's pretty much on there. I'm just pumping it down. Not reading too much resistance yet. And it's starting to go. It just got easier. And we must be the center. I don't know if you notice, the edges of this bushing are conically shaped. So we're going to need to allow for that, because what happened is the bottom piece just hit those lower sections. So spread the blocks out a little bit. Try that. There we go. And that looks flush, so actually pretty easy. I suppose you could probably do it with a vise, but it sure is a lot easier on the press. So there it is. Wipe the excess goop off. So this didn't have much of a step on the edge, so it's pretty easy to get it through. I might push that just a touch more. Oh yeah, that's better. So there's a very tiny ridge on the edges of the rubber, and this one didn't push through yet, and this one just came through, so I think that's good. So go put it back in the car. All right, so there's these are made by Dorman, by the way. There's a replacement boot, and we need to get that bolt back through the we need to get the bolt through the radius arm first, because that's the one that gave us the most difficulty. So slide that into the ball joint. There. Well, that's got that through there. There we go. Well, that's got that in there. I'm going to put the nut on the ball joint. Put the nut on the bottom of that. And see if we can't feed this in and get everything started. And then we'll start. So here's what I forgot. I got to put the sway bar link back through. So that's through now. So this is a pry bar, but it's got this pin on the end. It's kind of like a spud wrench that ironworkers use. So you can use this to put it in and to get holes to line up like that. There, move it around, and there's my bolt started. So that is way easier than messing around with it, I gotta tell you. And here it comes through here. So I don't want to do that one tight because the arm is supposed to be in the level that it's supposed to be when the car's got weight on it. Because these rubber bushings work where the outer and inner surfaces don't move, and all the flex of the arm rotating is taken up in the bushing itself. So let's tighten this other stuff up. Get this ball joint done up. I gotta tell you, I really like these ratchet ring wrenches. They sure make life a lot easier. And I think our bolt is turning now. The way we'll deal with that is we'll just push up on the arm a little bit until it tries to compress. Until it tries to compress the strut. And that has cured all that. Good. Make sure that's good and tight this time. That's good and tight. I'll put the upper sway bar bushings back together. We got out here on the edge of the hub so we have leverage. This arm as much. I don't know if you can see that, but the suspension is compressing. I'm also keeping a close eye on this lift pad. I do not want to lift the car up. Well, my basic theory is this is about where the wheels weight on the car. Alright, well there's the weight off the arm. Now we just need to tighten this up. So we've tightened that, we've tightened this, we've tightened the ball joint, We tightened the sway bar link, and that's everything we took apart. So still need to do the other side, but that's basically just rinse and repeat. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of VJH British Cars and how to put inner control arm bushings in on your Stag. This is a 73, by the way. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you next time.